And this series comes from CIE, as you know, and it comes from an identities research theme within it, although it cuts across all of those research themes that we have in CIE. So just to give you an overview of what this series is about, I'm going to just read through the description of the whole series to give you a sense and focus about what we're doing. This series of seminars brings together researchers who explore the production of identities and difference within a range of contemporary institutions and societies, highlighting the work of power knowledge, education. They each challenge the normative imperatives of modernity that continue to frame everyday life across the globe. They interrogate hierarchies and histories of difference through which intersecting identities, gender, race, sexuality, class, caste, religion, work, etc. are constituted and exclusions are actualised and legitimated. This series offers space for critical reflections on the colonial traces that infuse dominant discourses of education, citizenship, and development. So let's just have a quick look at our lineup, and we have been able to attract some really excellent speakers, and all of them will have something to say and perhaps a different focus and take on those themes that I've just outlined for you. We're waiting for Professor Kahinda Andrews on the Age of Empire. Professor Vanessa Andriotti will come next week talking about decolonised futures. Sam Ochere from Bristol will come looking at childhood trafficking, looking at Ghana in particular. Then we've got Linda Smith from New Zealand. Note that time is later. We'll be doing a late seminar that week because she's presenting from New Zealand. And indeed, you can be on Zoom or here, whichever. Then we've got Professor Nandini Mandrekar from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences in Mumbai, India, talking about India's national education policy and where has gender gone. And then we go to South Africa with Professor Lebo Moetsane, looking at mobilising communities, girl-led activism, followed by Professor Paul Aluwalia, who's the Vice-Chancellor of University of South Pacific, where I used to work, talking about post-structuralism's colonial roots. I don't know what that bell is, but anyway. Then we go further on to Thabo and CBC, looking at hidden sexualities of South African teachers, followed by myself and Barbara talking about, with a title called Colonial Irrigation, Histories of Education and the Production of Gender, followed by Dr. Hannah Tavares from Hawaii, talking about technologies of sentiment and psychological measurement, visualizing race in early 20th century territorial Hawaii. And ending with Professor Walter Mignolo, and that final session is a conversation between us and him. And he's waiting for an agenda of questions, which we will provide. But if you've got any input you want to put into that,